David Ortiz is it's very exciting. He's in studio, and he's going to be at the grand opening of the Rev Cannabis Outlet at 1:30 Pioneer Drive in Leominster today at 1:30. Refreshments will be there, Rich. Ice cream.
Yep.
Giveaways. Ice cream for the kids. Giveaways, hot deals, a ribbon cutting ceremony, and much more. Visit revolutionaryclinic.org for more details. Mr. David Ortiz, thank you for joining us, sir.
Hey, thank you for having me, guys. And by the way, Dan Roach is like a brother to me. I always had to mess with him.
He's a brother, but he gets very. You are very dominant over him. You have to admit your dominance is.
Oh, you don't know what goes on behind the scene between me and him.
I want to know what does go on behind the scenes.
Oh man, we talk so much trash to each other, man. I'm telling you, I mean, but you know what? I mean, that guy's like a family to me. So I give it to him, he gave it to me.
All right, so you don't know how much that's going to mean to him. You don't, because so when you were inducted into the Hall of Fame, he went to Cooperstown, as you know.
That's right.
And he was like, David promised me that he was going to do an interview, and he was so afraid that you were going to shine on him, that you were not going to show up. He was so afraid that when you did show up, you gave him the greatest gift of his life. He was like, I have a one-on-one with David Ortiz.
We had him on like 2 days before he showed up. He was so
he was
worried.
crapping himself.
We were getting in his head saying he's going to
man.
totally forget who you are.
I know. There's too much going on. He's too important.
I made 2 or 3 phone calls yesterday with his people. I'm not sure I'm going to see him. Oh, man.
So is he like hanging underneath your car as you're driving around?
Hey, me and him, we go way back, man. I mean, he always, being so nice to me, man, and like I say, we have our moments all the time behind the scene where we just go off. I mean, and then when we go in front of the microphone, okay, let's clear that up.
Right. Well, David, I have to talk to you about one. So with the media, one of the great things about, I mean, you obviously were great with the media, and everyone loves David Ortiz. There's no question about it. But there would be times where you were annoyed with the media at your locker, but you would have so much jewelry to put on that you had to sit.
You couldn't escape them.
That was a distraction.
Because I have to ask you about this, because I would marvel at it, because you'd be like, oh, Jesus Christ. Yes, like but you have to put on all the jewelry. Did you ever think maybe put it on in the car or something?
You know what? Putting the jewelry they were asking me questions, what's a good thing? So that I don't catch up on all the bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I understand that.
I let some things fly just because I was focusing on putting my earrings on.
Right.
Sure. On, you know what I'm saying? But let me tell you, man, sometimes you face a situation where they pitch you some things that you be like, no, he didn't. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I obviously was good about it. But a lot of guys, they can handle it.
Yeah.
A lot of guys, they were like, okay, I ain't talking to the media no more. And I like, you have no idea how many times I had to talk to some of my teammates to just let the media do their job. Don't focus on that one person that always.
Yeah,
that's one of them.
Manny
Don't you always focus on that? You have a lot of good guys in the media.
Yeah.
That they are trying to do their job. So don't blame everybody for that one guy.
And it's
who was the one guy? Like, who was the worst in the locker room? Like the anti-Dan Roach, the opposite of Dan Roach.
You already said.
Yeah.
Dan Shaughnessy.
They don't care for Shaughnessy.
I mean, he's bad with everybody. You already know that. But that
another Hall of Famer.
I mean, you're gonna. It cannot always go down your way.
Yeah.
Not everything gonna go down your way. I was the one guy that I always want to let the media do their thing.
Yeah.
As people know, the baseball game is not an easy game to play. Mm-hmm. Of course, you get prepared. You wanna do well every time you get in between those lines. I was the one guy that my mind, even when I was sleeping, I was thinking about winning.
Yeah,
I'm a winner. Like everything I do, I try to be a winner.
Yeah,
and during my career, when we had those sucking ass years, you had no idea how my off season was. It was terrible because I the longest I wear the uniform, I just want to go out there and whoop everybody.
Yeah.
So when you have someone trying to say that you wasn't trying hard enough.
Oh yeah, it's got to drive you crazy.
It just, I mean, you had no idea how personal
Yeah.
Right.
I take and how much how much of a proud I was of wearing the uniform.
Yeah.
And you're gonna come and ruin my day telling me that I'm not trying hard enough,
Right.
or saying something related to it. That bugs me. That bothers me big time,
Yeah.
because I know, and you guys know how much work I put into it to be one of the best on that field. So, but I understand.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I understand. I know that someone have to come out and say the things that the rest of the guys don't say. And I handle it pretty well, but a lot of guys they couldn't.
You just gave me flashbacks when you're saying about how sometimes through those tough years. Now that it's all done and over with, what do you think of Bobby Valentine?
You knew he was a clown from the first day of spring training.
Like, what did you what do you think of him?
Man, you know what? What more can I say? The thing is that when he first got to Boston, I started watching things that I was like, wait a minute. I thought I was playing for a team that was part of the best baseball on earth,
Uh-huh.
right? So
I told you.
you want to come from Japan to teach me how they do things over there. Why don't you go over there and teach them how we do things here?
What did I tell you?
I know.
David, the
You're
minute
telling these
he was
guys.
out with Iglesias at shortstop going, all right, here's how you field the position. I'm like,
Training camp.
I'm like, this wouldn't work with a 12-year-old travel thing.
You know what I'm
right.
saying?
Yeah, and like you saw it immediately.
You have Pedroia hitting Fongo to the shortstop. And Pedroia, well, I wonder why I can't hit the ball out of the infield anymore, because this guy had me acting like a coach when I'm an active player. A lot of crazy things was going down, and we were like, I'm telling you, like I remember we went to Detroit early in the season. I think it was towards the end of April, beginning of May. And I'm talking about the very first year.
Yeah.
And the whole thing was going nuts. Everybody wanted him to get fired. I had never seen anything like that.
Like in the team, like all of you guys together.
All the players.
What were they saying?
I mean, no. We can keep up with him anymore. We don't want him.
Wow.
And you know what? I
This is
was
1 month in.
1 month thing.
Yeah.
I saw him doing things during spring training, calling guys out. They said, nah, acting like he was their dad. And that kind of bothers me, because I don't want any of this grown-ass men to take a swing at him. You know what I'm saying? It was that bad.
It got to that point where you thought that some of the players would actually get physical.
Yes. We have a shortstop at the time. My God, I can't even remember my name.
Now you expect us to.
So we have a shortstop at the time that he called him out pretty bad, because we were doing drills.
Yeah.
The pop-up drills.
Yeah.
And
Is it Aviles?
Huh?
Is it Mike Aviles?
Aviles.
Yeah.
Aviles. So Aviles, we were doing those drills, the pop-up drills, and they hit a pop-up in between. You see those pop-up that go in between the third baseman, the shortstop, and the left field?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So Aviles go out there. He got under the ball. He calls it, but he want us to do it like they do it in Japan. He don't want the guy to go out there and call, I got it.
Oh my God.
He went off on Aviles. I feel awful when I saw that. And I was like, bro, that's not how we do things here. Whoever get to the ball first, called it,
Right.
and that's how it goes down. But he don't want the infield to call it. He want the outfield to call it. I'm like, wait a minute. If the infield got it, he's the one that is supposed to call. I mean,
Especially
And you
shortstop.
called him out. So you talked to him after that, or Aviles did.
He is not on Aviles.
Ooh.
And I feel so bad on the kid. The kid, because they, being one of the leaders of the ball club, the guys always have something to talk about with me before they go to him. That's how comfortable they feel. So when I had Aviles coming to me, be like, Papi, I can put up with this.
Yeah.
This is not how I learn. This is not how they teach me how to play the game.
Yeah.
We play the game this way. So he called me out like that again. we're gonna have issues. So I would like you to have a conversation with him about these things because we don't play the game like that. You know what I'm saying?
So what did Bobby
It was
do when you went and
awful.
approached him?
He act like a clown. That's how I used to do. You know, I don't care. Like, it's my way. We're gonna do things my way. And then, like, the messed up part about it is that I was trying to, protect him
Yeah.
because I was like in the middle of everything.
Right.
I had the player on one side,
Yep.
and then I have him in the other side. So I'm in the middle. Even on the airplane, I sit in the middle of the airplane.
Yeah.
The guys on the back want to come in the middle of the flight.
You're trying to do him a solid.
Whoop his ass.
In case
And
someone rushed
I
you
was
and
like,
stop.
guys, hold on.
You should have let him.
And then, at the end of the season, he called me out.
I
did?
can't believe, yeah, and of course I remember that.
I don't remember
And-
that.
He got hurt
And
mid-season.
David, what was
That the
crazy too
problem.
is that I hear all these stories now about how he also tried to, during all of that chaos, be like the team building guy. Didn't he like rent out Bass Pro Shops
That's
or
right.
something and tried to make all you guys, you
That
you
sounds
guys,
like a lot of
on
fun.
a day off, like you guys are like these multimillionaires, and he just thought that you guys were going to go head over heels to go to a Bass Pro Shops and do karaoke.
No, dude, it was bad. It was bad. But thanks God we went past through it, and then we ended up winning another World Series.
Yeah, you bet your ass you did.
next year.
Yeah. There's no question. By the way, you mentioned putting on the jewelry. Is that the necklace that you almost lost in London?
That's right.
Okay, all right. You got to tell that story 'cause I just read
That's
about this.
right.
What exactly happened? You were
That's
just in
right.
London, and what went on?
So this has a locked in the back, and I was rushing out because we have a dinner, and I was running a little late. So when I put it on, I didn't lock it properly.
Yeah.
So right when I got in front of the band that was gonna take us to the place for the dinner, he just came off and went into the
Sewer?
yeah.
Oh my God.
He went in there, and I just saw it going in it, and everybody saw it, and everybody was like, "Wow, Papi, I hope that's not a very expensive piece of jewelry."
I said, of course not.
And
How much
I'm
is it?
like, oh, wow, you guys don't want me to break the news for y'all. It cost me $150,000.
Oh.
What? So it was this Dominican guy at the door working at the hotel. He told me, Papi, I'm a big fan of yours. I'm going to dig down until I found it. And I'm like, I don't know if you're going to be able to because all I can see was like dark water and you don't know where that goes right there. So
Yeah.
go ahead. I figured it out. So I left. And all of a sudden, while I was at the party, all sad, and I was like, I didn't see this phone call. Hey, we got it. So I was like, oh. So I went back to the hotel, and I take care of my man. All he wanted was a picture with me.
Did you hook him up though?
I hook him up.
Oh, okay. All right. How big
Yeah.
of a hookup do you get when someone fishes out
Well,
a
$150,000.
$150,000 necklace from a sewer?
I take care of it.
He gave him 2 ounces from the dispensary.
He was very happy.
All right. Speaking of sewers, and I'm sorry, just you got me going on a tangent here. Terry Francona, we love Terry Francona. I know you had a great
Jesus.
relationship with Terry
That's my
Francona.
guy.
There is a well-known thing that many people who've covered the
Right.
team know about Terry Francona.
So John, our very own John Wallach,
It's
covered
that
the
way.
team.
How often or did Terry Francona ever call you into his office and have a conversation with you while he was going number 2?
While he was taking a dump.
Oh, my God. It sounds like you guys were there.
It happened to me, David.
Man, I'm telling you. David, come to my office. You know what? When the manager call you into the office, the first thing is that your heart start going off.
Right, you got in trouble.
yeah.
Yeah,
Because
you did some wrong.
You feel like you are in trouble.
Right.
So he would have sent someone, hey, tell David step in my office. And I'm like, oh, what I did now. And when I walk into his office, he's nowhere to be found. Then he opens up the door, taking number 2. And I'm like, man, what is wrong with you? No, I just want to remind you, all eyes on you. Get the hell out of my office. Man, I'm telling you. I mean, it was the best.
The
man.
first that was that a rite of passage? Like when you walked out, like did everyone else look at you? Oh, David, you finally got it. You broke your
No,
jaw.
it just sounds like the man loved it.
Hey,
Sounds like a Tuesday.
I'm telling you, man. Francona was, man. I mean, he was out there. Man, you had no idea the thing that I had to put up with.
Oh yeah. But he was a guy that the players loved Francona, right?
Oh, Terry was like a father to me. True story about Terry. I remember I have a rough season at the beginning in 2009, and I was going crazy, and he knows that I was going crazy. So we're going into May, and I'm going to his batting practice. Actually, it was towards the end of May, almost walking into June,
Yeah.
which it was when I really started taking off. But let me tell you what I think it got me taking off.
Okay.
So I go out there to hear early batting practice, and Terry come and stay behind the cage. I'm hitting on the field, hitting batting practice, and he haven't say a word, and I'm taking swing, boom, 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 boom. He haven't say a thing. He just watching. So I took one swing, and I look back, and I asked him, "Are you gonna say something about my swing that you've been watching for the past half an hour?"
Right.
And he go like this. He look around. We're like, "You talking to me? I hit 170 when I play. What the hell am I gonna tell you?" Figured it out, big guy.
He was the anti-Valentine.
That's well
I'm
done.
serious.
Yeah.
He say that to me. My confidence level went sky high
Awesome.
when he say that to me, because he basically told me, "You are my best player.
Yep.
I know we have go through some things, but you know what? Go ahead.
Yeah.
Have the freedom to do your thing." And after that moment, nobody got more homers and nobody got more RBIs than myself. I remember I hit my first homer. I think it was June 5th.
Yeah.
Right after that happened,
Yeah.
I hit my first homer, and I ended that season with like 29 homers and almost 100 RBIs. And towards the end of the season, he come to me, because I don't know if you guys remember that the media was talking about platooning me and this and that, because they thought I was done, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And he came to me towards the end of the season, and he said straight up to me, "I don't know what the hell I was thinking, platooning you or listening to people.
Good for him,
You're
man.
my guy, and I should trust you more. So let's go, big guy." So
You see, not enough managers do that. Not enough coaches in sports do that. Can admit when they're wrong. And I know that you guys were close when he ended up, basically leaving the team. Do you think that was fair or unfair that he had to the way his time ended here?
Well, baseball is the type of business where anything can happen. You're here today, you don't know when you're gonna wake up tomorrow.
Yeah.
But to be honest with you, Francona was the type of guy who I learned so much. Pedroia learned so much. A lot of us learned so many things from Terry, and Terry has one thing in common. He know how to get the best out of you. He know how to get the best out of every player, because he got that in him. He know that better than anybody I have ever seen. I don't really ever went down into. I was so busy trying to do my thing.
Yeah.
You can hardly see me while I play, getting in somebody else's business. Once I used to get in somebody else's business, was trying to resolve a problem. For example, when Manny was here, I used to go into Manny's situation with the team a lot, because besides that I love him, besides that I know that we need him, I know that I was dealing with someone that mentally was out there.
You had to corral him, man.
Yeah.
So I was the one guy that he basically listened to a little,
Yeah.
So I used to, jump on that wagon sometime, not all the time. But in the Terry Francona situation with the Red Sox,
Yeah.
it's only like I was expecting him to be here with us, because I'm playing for a winning manager.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But the terms in between the Red Sox and Francona, I never really dig into it.
Yeah.
And this is the day still that I never really know
Sure.
what happened in between the two of them. But the one thing that I can tell you, man, playing for Francona was one of the best things that ever happened to me.
Was Francona the guy? Would he go to you and say, "Hey, can you talk to Manny? I mean, Manny's got this stuff going on."
No, but more than that,
were you kind of like the conduit? And obviously, Francona, he trusted you. And at that point, were you already that guy?
And how
that you
hard
could go
was
to
it
with
to
Manny?
communicate to Manny? Because you said it to yourself. Like, there's only so much one man can do.
That's right.
Yeah, like did he ever like? Did you ever walk away from him going like, huh?
Look, I was so much into winning.
Yeah.
I would do whatever it takes for the things to be, for things to get to be pretty normal
Yeah.
in a clubhouse. You know, yeah, it was a few times where, you know, what is your boy thinking? I mean, you know,
Right.
like go and talk to your boy because they know that me and Manny we have the good communication. You know, Manny take care of me when I first got to the Red Sox, so he was my idol. You know, he was the one guy that I want to be, that I want to be like.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to play the game. When I got here to the Red Sox, my mindset was, I want to know why Manny is so good. I want to know why Pedro is so good. I want to know why Barrett is so good. I want to know why Normal is so good. You know, I wanna when I first got to the Red Sox, I wasn't a spawn. I want to suck all the good information out of all those guys.
Yeah.
So that I can be at that level. Because I know I have the talent. I know I can hit, but I want to take it to the superstar level so that I can be that good. And that's exactly what I did my first couple of months here. So trying to do that, I remember when I first got to spring training, Manny, that I know him from when I was in my Minnesota days, Manny put me to the side and told me, hey, we need to work. And I was like, okay. So we used to get to spring training 6 a.m., be done by 3 or 4, take an hour off, and then go back to do physical training for a couple of hours. We did that the whole spring training. I remember at some point, Grady Little, when I first got here, told me, hey, I want you to make this team. Why are you looking so tired? And I told him, man, I've been doing this drill with Manny that, you know, I got back to my house like around 9, 10 p.m., and I just crushed to be able to get up at 5 and then go back to the field.
Right.
Wow.
Which
know?
isn't what everyone does in baseball. I mean, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a long season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were doing that during spring training. So the last couple of weeks of spring training, with me and Manny, we basically slow down on that so I can go back and continue doing my thing so I can make the team. And I remember Grady Little told me before we break camp, hey, listen, you made the team. You're just not gonna be you're just not gonna be in the opening day lineup. And I was like, why is that? And he was like, well, you know, we signed Giambi. We had to play him and this and that, but stay ready and let's see what happens.
Wow.
So, true story, a couple of months into the season, I called my agent and I told my agent, hey, listen, you need to be here tomorrow morning for breakfast, otherwise you're fired. And he was like, oh, okay. So he was there that night. And when he got there, he told me, what is going on? And I was like, okay, tomorrow we're going to have a meeting with Tio Estein, and you're going to let me do the talk. And yes, the next day we had that meeting, and I told Tio, hey, listen, in this ball club, there's only one guy that is better here than me, Manny Ramirez. You either trade me, release me. I just don't want to be here because I think I can be better than what it happens because I need to play.
Yeah.
I need the opportunity to play. And if you're not going to play me, release me. Let me go. Let me go somewhere else. And he was looking at me like, this guy lost his mind.
Right.
But how
And
did,
I was like, no. Hey, listen, what I'm telling you right now is what it is.
Yeah.
Let me play. And I show you. And he went like, okay, let me try to make some move. And then he trade Shea Hellenbrand. I don't know if you guys remember that because we have like 5 guys rotating in the same position.
yeah.
All of them made more money than me at the time. So I was like,
Yeah.
the guys, the player to be announced later.
Well, that's part of the Ortiz story.
Yeah.
Is, you didn't come in with this huge fanfare.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So but they know that I got prepared for that.
Sure.
And the reason, like, I was with Minnesota, and I don't know if you remember, not playing over there.
Oh, I had sports
I
talk
hit
baseball.
20 bombs and I got 75 RBIs without being playing.
Right. Yeah.
So that was a sign of me being what I end up being.
Did that shock you that you're like, wow, that worked? Like that meeting, you went in and you talked to them and they started making those moves. Like, did it shock you that, was there a party that's like, you know what? There's no loss in doing this. It's either they're going to play me or I get to leave and I win either way. But was it shocking that they said, you know what, David? You're right. Let's make these moves.
Well, to be honest with you, at some point, Pedro have a lot to do with.
Oh, okay.
And Grady Little
Yeah.
want me. He knows me
Yeah.
because Grady Little was a manager during winter ball in Dominican,
Okay.
and he know since day one what I'm capable of because I had conversation with him, you know, and Grady basically was he was pulling for me.
Yeah.
Big guy. He always used to come to me and be like, "Be prepared. Your time gonna come.
Yeah.
It's gonna come. Trust me, it's gonna come." But the front office had the power to tell him what to do.
Mm-hmm.
So we went to this one game up in Philadelphia that Pedro was pitching, and nobody hit when Pedro used to pitch. And it was in a couple of opportunities where I have the opportunity to play when Pedro was pitching, and I did well. So Pedro was also frustrated with my situation.
Yeah.
Because Pedro was one of the main reasons why I came to play for the Red Sox.
Mm-hmm.
Or the main reason why I played for the Red Sox, to be honest with you. And I remember Pedro going to the clubhouse the day that he was going to pitch, and he looked at the lineup. He saw that I wasn't playing. He took the lineup off, and he went into the manager office and was like, David had to play.
Awesome. Oh, man, what a good friend to have.
He went down like that, and and
Rest is history.
the rest is history.
Did it weird you out when he brought around Nelson De La Rosa, the little person in the backpack?
It was good luck.
It was interesting.
Hey, everybody got their way to feel that
right.
good luck, you know. Remember Normore, how he got all this stuff going on.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Tell me you hated that.
3 minutes each at bat,
tell me you
David.
couldn't
Sitting there in
take
the on-deck circle like, come on.
You had to have hated that.
Hey, he was a beast, man. He got his thing, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I respect that.
All right. Well, listen, David Ortiz, we could talk to you all day. What a fantastic gentleman.
We could keep you forever.
Thanks for
But
being here.
I have a revised copy here.
Okay.
If you would like to meet David Ortiz yourself today, that's a possibility at the grand opening of the Rev Cannabis Outlet on 130 Pioneer
First
Drive.
anniversary of Papi Cam. Come and show some love.
Is this like a couch thing, or is it exciting? Like if I smoke this, what's happening to me?
Right.
Happiness gonna come through.
Okay. A little energy. I'm going to feel good about
You know
myself.
what I'm saying?
Okay. All right. Get high with David today. No, David Ortiz is going to be so high at 130 Pioneer Drive in Leominster today from 3 to 7 in 4 hours.
That's right.
Nice.
He's earning his money. Refreshments, ice cream. I like refreshments and ice cream. Okay. Giveaways, hot deals, a ribbon cutting ceremony, and much more. Visit revolutionaryclinic.org for more details. David, what a treat. Thank you for
Drop
being
by
so
anytime,
nice.
Thanks for
man.
coming.
Of
Hey,
course,
thank
yeah,
you
just
for
drop.
having me,
We'll give
man.
you a pass. And thank you for Dan Roach for coming.
Yeah.
My God, Danny.
Did I get any texts?
I'm gonna have my moment with him.
Well, it's good. It's good you were so good on the air because we didn't need him. But I mean, if you came in and you didn't want to talk to us, we were going to shove Dan at you. But it's good.
Just let you guys go.
We had the insurance policy.
It's good we didn't need him. All right. Well, David, it's been a real pleasure. Thank you for being so awesome and hanging out for so long. And go buy his marijuana today in Leominster. All right.